Welcome to the Colts recap, the No Horsing Around recap, brought to you exclusively by the Lounge Room Network. Guys, I just wanted to hop on here. Instant reaction, just quick hitter right after the game. Before we even start, man, we got Ben Banagoo. Ben Banagoo, he is the MVP of the game. When there really wasn't a lot to like on the offensive side, Ben Banagoo just really played well. A guy that I wasn't so high on, to be honest with you, but really bounced back nice from last week. He'd had such a good training camp. He comes out, and then you're like, where was he at? In game one, he comes out game two, and he just, no one could stop him. He was just an unstoppable force today. Clearly, head and shoulders above the rest. And then you got Kwity Paye. His first NFL sack. That was so cool to be able to see Kwity Paye go out there. And you see why Chris Ballard was so excited about drafting Kwity Paye. You saw that speed and turning that speed into power and using that leverage to get onto that quarterback. I thought all in all, we'll just start on the defensive side of the ball. I thought Williams had a pretty good game. I just thought we played pretty well defensively. We were disruptive. Of course, our back end units had a few breakdowns late in the game, third and fourth quarter. But all in all, our defense has been really, really hard to score on the whole preseason, and that seems to be the theme, the consensus. That's what I want to find out. Were we a defense that was just good against our own team, or we were actually going to have this type of defense that takes this next level? We didn't even have Darius Leonard out there. We didn't play our ones super heavy in that game. Some people off the field, I would have loved to see T.Y. out there today. Didn't get a chance to see him. Jonathan Taylor, can't wait to see him, but they're just, they're saving that tread on those tires. So my guys, I thought Al-Qadim Muhammad had a really, really, really good first half in that game. I just thought the pressure guys in general. The whole defensive front, that whole game, it was just disruptive all day long. It was just that relentless pursuit. Matt Eberflus just kind of preaches that over and over and over again, and you can see it all coming together. It looks like it's going to be a pretty competitive defensive line, as we go forward, a pretty stout. And we don't even have Dial yet. That's late in the season. That's something that I tell you what, man, it's going to be really, really cool to see, as it goes down the road. But, man, offensively, Ellinger, Eason, both guys for me just struggled. That's just kind of where I was at. I just thought that, Ellinger had those two picks. I wasn't so really worried about the one that bounced off, Paris Campbell's hands. But the one he threw to Doolin, it's inexcusable, man. He had a chance to go out there, and I said it earlier. I sent a tweet out. He had to do something really special to go out here and kind of solidify himself and separate himself from Jacob Eason. I don't think Eason played well. That's just me. I don't want to be an Eason hater. I thought, though, he bounced back in that second half, albeit going against, second and third string guys who probably, if we're being honest, his best throws came against guys who are not going to be in the NFL when it comes down to the 53-man cuts. He had a really nice rollout to Patman to kind of finish that game and ice that game. I thought that was one of his best throws. Had a nice little over route that he threw to Patman as well. Patman in general, we got to start talking a little bit about Patman. That's going to be the huge hot topic debate as it comes down at the end. How are you going to what's going to happen with Patman, man? Is he going to end up squeezing on this team? Or are you going to pick special teams over Desmond Patton? Because Patman's clearly the better receiver over Doolin. It's just a matter of what do we feel like, and is he even kind of squeezing in on that 5 spot? He has had 2 really good games. I thought they didn't really use Strawn a lot in this game. I wish they would have, honestly. I wish that, especially I wanted to see him out there on that red zone drive. They had Eason out there, and he just wasn't on the field. That was a little disappointing. But for me, that tells me that Frank kind of has him already penciled in as a number 5 right now. So it's going to come down to that 6th spot as far as wide receivers go. Um, just a kind of a vanilla game. But we can all be, as Colts fans, we can all be super freaking excited about this defense. I mean, I think that's really going to be the narrative, and they're going to have to carry this team, right? I mean, if we're going to go late into the season, early in the season, especially if we're missing some of those key players, say you're going to miss an Eric Fisher, you're going to miss, Big Q, maybe you miss Carson for a week or two, although he's getting great reports out there. You're going to miss these guys. Well, you got to have, a calling card, and you got to have the defense hold it down, win some of those ugly games. These kickers, man, Pinero, Blankenship, they are playing lights out. So cool to see Pinero drill that 50-yarder. I still think the Hot Rod probably wins this job. It's his job to lose anyways. And there's no reason to think that he won't end up, taking that final nod. But all in all, it was a defensive-laden game. Not a lot of fireworks on offense. I did like I mentioned earlier, I did like a little bit of what Patman was able to do. Other than that, just wasn't a whole lot of great things. I thought Davenport bounced back, though. I thought Davenport played pretty well on the left side today. They just got roasted last week, man. I mean, and a lot of it had to do with technique, just setting too early, not putting that anchor down the proper way, and just getting beat, man. And better athletes were out there on the field. A little more encouraging from Davenport out there on the left side. Our guards struggled, even Glowinski and Reed struggled a little bit today. That's where that pressure was coming from. But all in all, decent performance. It was just one of those games that you would like to, in late December, if you have to win an ugly game that way, it's great. But so far, we're looking for a quarterback to come in this room and take this job. Hundley didn't even get a snap. I mean, and I don't know why he would, to be honest with you. I think the young guys needed to take the majority of whatever. And Eason, I just think when it comes down to Eason versus Ehlinger, I think Eason's going to end up having more tools to work with than Ehlinger. I like Ehlinger's athleticism. I like the way that he looks at the game and he sees the game. But those throws, yeah, those are killers, man. Those are drought killers. You throw pick sixes, you're not going to be around in the NFL very long if you get into a habit of throwing those pick sixes. But overall, Colts win. Hey, we're happy. We're glad. Before I get off here, just want to take a quick second just to shout you guys out. Thank you so much. Like, rate, review, share, subscribe. Join the Colts Nation or the No Horsing family, man. I mean, honest to goodness, it's been so cool to interact with each and every one of you guys. We love it when you comment in the YouTube section. We love it when you comment on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you're at, because we just want to hear back from you. We just want to become a part of a big Colts community and a family here at No Horsing. So thank you so much for all of your support, and go Colts.